Thank you, sir. May I now request our Senior Regional Director and Chairperson of this session, Dr. S.K. Tripathi, sir, to kindly welcome the guests and give the welcome address. Over to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nanda. Thank you very much. Let me at the outset welcome our Director NCID, Dr. O.P. Sharma, to this webinar, which is specially organized to mark the occasion of National Startup Day, which is declared by Government of India, that is 16th of January. I also welcome all the participants of Indira Gandhi National, who are mostly the learners of Indira Gandhi National Open University, our counselors, and other stakeholders who are present today. It is indeed a great occasion for all of us to have assembled in one platform to mark the celebration, to be a part of the celebration that is National Startup Day. We all know that throughout the country, today is observed as National Startup Day. Most of the educational institutions are also observing, this particular day, and a lot of activities are being organized.
Hello.
And we at the regional center,
Hello.
we decided.
Hello.
Kindly mute your microphone.
Please mute your microphone. So
Takir, please mute your microphone.
Hello.
So at the regional center, we decided to have a webinar by inviting one of the eminent resource person in the field.
Hello.
Mr. Prashant Panigrahi, who is the senior most consultant of TCS. So on behalf of all the staff members of IGNOU and on my personal behalf, I welcome Sri Prashant Panigrahi, senior consultant TCS, who will be deliberating on various facets of this startup. Especially he will talk about playfulness in startups with smart says. So we are fortunate that he's here with us, and we have a good number of participants today. So I welcome everybody to this webinar. As I said earlier, that today is being observed as the National Startup Day, and Bhubaneswar Regional Center is also a part of it. We have an innovation club at the Regional Center, and Innovation Club of Bhubaneswar is organizing various throughout the year. Please mute your microphone. Please stop your microphone.
हाँ सर नमस्कार बोला असाइनमेंट पेपर
Kindly do not.
Please stop your microphone, please. This is a seminar, so I request all of you to please mute your microphone. This is a seminar. This is not your class. All right. So please wait and patiently listen to me. Okay, our experts are
Okay, sir.
here speaking to you on various aspects of startups. So
Okay, sir.
please mute your microphone. Do not open
Yasmina
your
Panda.
microphone and listen.
Yasmita Panda.
So I'm thankful to all of you, those who have participated today in
Thank you,
this
sir.
webinar. And we are also fortunate that we have with us our director NCID and Mr. Prashant Panigrahi, senior consultant TCS, to talk on various issues pertaining to startup. And we'll be, uh, deliberating upon all these things one by one. As far as Regional Center Bhubaneswar's, RC Bhubaneswar's, Innovation Club is concerned, you see, we have set up the club with a view to create awareness, educate, nurture, and inculcate a culture of innovation among the students. And also to enable them to generate new ideas and become more innovative. To organize seminar, conference, workshops, exhibition relating to innovations, and also to develop an innovative and entrepreneurial mindset, to provide opportunities for students to be engaged in innovative activities through creativity and technical workshop, and to provide a platform for students, teachers, and other members of the society to showcase their skills by creating new innovations and startups. So these are the objectives with which we have started our innovation club, and regularly we have been organizing various activities. Recently, we have had series of deliberations with the various innovation clubs of the nearby institutions, and they have also agreed to come forward to collaborate with us. So once the collaboration is made, and once everything is put in proper place, then there will be exchange of ideas. There will be so many activities organized together. For example, suppose our nearby institution is Utkal University. Utkal University Innovation Clubs, if our collaboration is made, then activities will be organized together, and we'll be having remarkable developments in the field. So this is how we are trying to proceed.
That is
And today at headquarters also, we have organized a workshop, and our National Center for Innovation in Distance Education, um, uh, NCID, has organized the workshop, and uh, for developing the country by 2047, 11 goals have been identified by NCID, and it has been shared with all the regional centers, and all the regional centers have been asked to prepare the action plan to achieve the targeted goals. And for that, we need the support of all the members of the innovation club, all the students, those who are interested in the innovation and startup activities. So gradually inviting you to the innovation club, and in groups, and we'll be having various activities, and we'll take your feedback, which will be shared with our NCID to showcase. So in this particular perspective, we are proceeding, and you know that Bhubaneswar Regional Center is one of the oldest regional centers in the country, and it has been trying its level best to help the students out in whatever way it is possible. And this innovation is just different activity which is in line with the objective.
Hello.
Yeah. So
Abhijit.
so
Hello, sir. Chat box on करूँ
so we'll be also in groups. We'll be inviting you to the Innovation Club of Bhubaneswar, and we'll be deliberating on various issues, and we'll take your feedback, which will be showcased, and it will be shared with our NCID. So I will not take much time. I once again welcome all of you, and I request all of you to kindly give your opinion and feedback as to how, as a student, you can engage yourself in various kinds of innovative activities or startup activities. If anything is there in your mind, it must be shared with us, so that it will be put in proper place. So with this, I stop here and now hand over the platform to Dr. S.K. Panigrahi for the next proceeding. Dr. Panigrahi, please.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tripathi sir, for your warm welcome to our participants, resource person, and the guest of honor, and also for your insightful address. Now, we have with us today Dr. O.P. Sharma sir, Director, National Center for Innovation in Distance Education at IGNOU, New Delhi. And we have Sri Prashant Panigrahi ji, Senior Consultant with TCS as our resource person. So it's a proud privilege on my part to tell something. I cannot tell everything, but tell something regarding Dr. O.P. Sharma sir. As I said, Dr. Sharma sir is the Director, National Center for Innovation in Distance Education, IGNOU. Under his pioneer leadership, our students have brought many laurels to the university and to the nation. They have won many national and international awards in innovation competitions. And he has not only been at the forefront of getting awards in the competitions for our students, he is also at the forefront of providing the leadership in organizing seminars, conferences, and workshops for our students and university faculties to ignite the young minds in the field of startups and innovation. So it's a proud privilege to give a brief introduction of Dr. O.P. Sharma sir. I once again thank Sharma sir for being with us, and to introduce our resource person, Sri Prashant Panigrahi ji, I request my colleague, Dr. Prabhat Jaina, Assistant Regional Director, to kindly do the honor. Over to you, Jaina sir.
Good afternoon, sir, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for giving me this scope.
Good afternoon, sir.
sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Esteemed Senior Regional Director Dr. S.K. Tripathi sir, esteemed O.P. Sharma sir, Director and CIDE,
Thank you, sir.
respected resource person Dr. Panigrahi, and respected Deputy Directors Dr. S.K. Panigrahi and Dr. V.C. Nanda sir, other respected dignitaries, my dear colleagues, and dear learners.
Okay,
So
sir.
today we have received a great personality, a great speaker. So we are very much thankful to him for accepting our invitation, and we will be happy to listen from him. So let me just introduce briefly about him. Mr. Prashant Panigrahi, after his master's degree in engineering, started his career in Tata Consultancy Services during Y2K solution days, and currently he is a global leader in digital and cloud technologies. As a consultant, he has served many Fortune 500 organizations, including General Electric, Greenwood Alliance, Nationwide, etc. He has demonstrated consistent excellence in business by leveraging his acumen in technology, self-leadership, and Six Sigma quality methodologies. In recognition of his transformational contributions, he has received several awards from CEOs of his employer and customers. He has been an ardent researcher and practitioner of self-discovery and well-being techniques for the last 2 decades, like Siddha Samadhi Yoga, based on teaching from Rishi Prabhakar, who was a disciple of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and Guru of Sadguru Yogi Vasudev. He is also a practitioner of Vipassana meditation based on the technique teachings of Buddha and a certified counselor of the Dianistic technique, which intend to clear historical consciousness negative energy blocks called engram. So his lifestyle promotes creating transformational business outcomes without compromising well-being and meaning in life, which is an aspiring and inspiring dimension for many professionals in the rat race of 21st century. Additionally, he is a system thinker and loves to connect the standalone dots
But now has
to
a
discovery
house great.
of life in every situation. He brilliantly blends the East ancient experimental wisdom with the West contemporary success principles. Hence, colleagues in his proximity call him an executive yogi or a corporate monk. He is a purpose alchemist and spends his leisure time as an ally in service to individuals and communities in quest of a successful life with purpose and meaning. So thank you very much, sir, and I welcome you once again to this webinar, and we are very much happy to listen to you. So thank you and welcome you, sir.
Sare
Over to you,
message
sir.
Thank you,
করছি
Prabhat sir. Thank you, Prabhat sir, for your rapid yet very elaborate introduction of our research person. May I now request our guest of honor, Dr. O.P. Sharma sir, to kindly deliver his address. Over to you, Sharma sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to convey best wishes for the National Startup Day 2024. And as Dr. S.K. Tripathi ji has told you, 16th January every year is celebrated as the National Startup Day. This National Startup Day celebration is because we want to encourage our students, alumni towards the innovation and startup. Because today, in not only in the country but all over the world, people are talking about the startups, entrepreneurship, and we are happy to share with you that now India is the third largest startup country in the world. So that indicates itself how much government of India is interested, is encouraging, is supporting the startups by our youths in the country. In 2016, it was in hundreds of startups, and now in 2024, it is more than 1 lakh startups. So that is a kind of progress, that is a kind of pace of development of startups, and you can understand what is the importance of this startup. If some of you are doing this startup, you can understand, because when you go in this field of startups, then you will recognize, you will notice that you are not an employee, simply employee of anybody working from 9 to 5. In that case, you become your own boss. Instead of going for a job, seeking a job, you become a job provider. So that kind of potential this startup has, and because of that, these startups are now day by day increasing. More than 111, I think, unicorns are there. Unicorn means 100 crore turnover, more than that. So that is a kind of we can say the ecosystem in the country for the startup. And today's day, National Startup Day, that basically reminds us, that tells us that all our students who are interested, they should go for the startup. They should try to develop their own enterprise. And if that enterprise is having some innovative component, then you can be a startup owner, good startup founder. And very good thing with our students is that a number of IGNOU students, number of IGNOU alumni, they are coming up with the startup ideas. They are setting up startups. And in that context, I'm sure today's deliberation by Sri Prashant Panigraji will help us in a further fueling that startup culture in the university. Will that tell how that startups can be that enhanced in the university structure, particularly in case of IGNOU, And when we talk about the RC Bhubaneswar, for last several months, I am witnessing that regularly they are creating this strong culture of startup and innovation among the students of IGNO. And if this kind of culture is created, this kind of environment is provided to all the students, then I'm sure many of you will come with very brilliant, innovative ideas and would like to set up your own business, would like to set up your own startups. And in that, how we can help you, how we can support you, we can guide you, that we are there with you. I assure you that the National Center for Innovation in Distance Education, as well as all our regional centers, they are there with you. You come with innovative idea. If you have any idea, good idea, you have passion for doing something at your own, come forward. We will guide you, we will support you, we will tell you how to go forward. Recently, just now, Dr. Tripathi had mentioned they are now trying to collaborate with the nearby incubators also, nearby industry also, so that collaboration, networking with the incubators will certainly help you in a big way. So without taking much time, I would like to once again wish you all the best for this startup day. And I hope today in 2024 we are talking to you, and in 25 some of you will certainly come up with innovative ideas and will set up your startup. You come with your ideas, we will guide you, we will train you, we will provide you right kind of environment, right kind of support, and you will flourish, you will set up your startup. And not only you will be getting your own job, you will be giving job to many others also. That way, we will be contributing towards the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant Bharat, and that will lead us to a Vikasit Bharat in 2024, 2047. So that is our main goal. If large number of students are coming up with innovative ideas, setting up.
Your mic is mute. You,
It's automatically muted. I don't know why. So I just would like to once again convey best wishes. Come up with your ideas, share those ideas with your regional center or to us. We will guide you, we will support you, we will help you. All the best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much, Dr. Tripathi and your team, for doing this wonderful job.
Thank you, sir.
I can see you are doing a great job by creating this kind of culture for the innovation and startup. This is the right, this is the required thing at this time. So thank you very much. Thank you, Panigreji, also for sparing time. And I'm keen to listen to you. And I hope your deliberation will be very useful to the students and all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sigma sir, for your kind words and address full of ignition, full of excitement, full of insights, and full of inspiration. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you once again. May I now request our resource person of the day, Sri Prashant Panigrahi ji, Senior Consultant with Tata Consultancy Services, to kindly deliver his address on today's topic, that is playfulness in startups with smart sales. So over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nanda sir. In fact, I could learn a lot of things by coming to here before I talk about something. So thanks, Tripathi sir, about your passion in setting up the innovation forum that you talked about in regional center. Definitely would like to see whenever we have an opportunity. Dr. Sharma, actually, you opened the eyes about the number of startup I was not following up for some time. You said I think more than 1 lakhs, right? I think in 1 decade before it was hundreds, and probably with this momentum of startup day and all these things are growing up, and definitely the participants here with from IGNO and all this, the way things are proceeding, definitely this will go multi-lakhs in very soon. Thank you, Dr. Nanda sir, Dr. Panigrahi sir, Dr. Jena Babu for a nice introduction. And finally, Mr. Bhuya for facilitating the logistics and bringing me up to speed to this forum. And finally, lastly but not the least, welcome all the participants, all the learners of the IGNO. Okay. And definitely you are the future. You are the future of the country. As Sarma sir said, for the Atmanirbhar Bharat, for the self-reliant India, right? You are the future. In fact, you will be giving the jobs to person, and for people like us, we are doing jobs, right? So you will be providing job. Okay, definitely, you are in the forefront of the economy that our government is trying as well. That multi-trillion economy, 5 trillion economy, and maybe beyond that. I will not take much time, and I will start our topic. And in fact, just to surprise you, just to surprise you, I will not tell much about startup, but along with startup, something very crucial is required. Something very crucial is required that I would like to share today. Maybe just a minute. Is my screen visible? Hello? Any sir?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Go to presentation and select the entire screen.
Oh, entire screen, is it? Okay.
Yes, entire screen, and then select the file which you want to present.
Yeah, if I do the entire screen, probably I will not be able to see my video. Okay. Yeah, now?
Yes, it is now.
Good, very good.
You can now put it in that presentation mode. Yes, it is fine. Yes, it's fine.
Thank you. Okay. You see, first of all, let's try to understand participants, the playfulness, right? Why I'm talking about the playfulness. And generally, the startup industry will see in our discussion, startup people, right? The entrepreneur, they are the smart people, right? They are the smart people. They are the growth-oriented people. They are innovative people, and they bring the excellence and economy of the country, right? But there is a trend has been observed that we'll see into this session, and how this the concept of the smart sage will make ourselves playful. That the topic I have selected for today. Okay. Moving on, you see, as I said, the smart people, the startup people are more toward the growth orientation. Okay, but the growth is not enough for the life. We need the freedom as well. We need the happiness as well. We need the peace as well, right? So let's see how the growth and freedom you can achieve together. I hope this change or the surprise will excite you, that whatever our stars has talked about, motivated you, inspired you about the growth of your personal growth, the growth of our country. Not only that, you can also at the same time, you will have the bliss, joy, peace, and the freedom. Okay. And if I try to segment to the people of the world, right? There are two kinds of the people. One is the growth orientation, and other is the freedom orientation. And the growth orientation people, if we look into the left hand top, they are called the smart people. Okay. Similarly, to the other extreme, if we talk about those who are the freedom oriented people, they are they are the sage people, right? They are more toward their peace, joy, and love, right? But if you let me give you an example. Suppose you are an entrepreneur, you are having $1 billion in your bank balance, okay? But if you are not getting the good night's sleep, that is not enough, simply not enough. Similarly, suppose someone is the sage, they are very peaceful, they are joy, they are blissed out. But if their family, if their friends, they are suffering, they are suffering for the education, for the health, for the entertainment, for the pleasure, that is also not acceptable. And definitely, in an innovative way, we need to bring the sageness to the smart
Hello.
people so that we can get a complete package of smart sage, right? So today we will see how your smartness can be augmented with sage, and we can come to the status of smart sage. In fact, the last category of the people are they are neither smart nor sage. And as I mentioned, most of the startups, most of the entrepreneurs,
Good morning,
they
sir.
are predominantly coming into the smart bucket. Sorry,
Good evening,
is,
sir.
is someone saying something? Okay. So basically, all of you, those who are participating, mostly you are in the smart bucket. I doubt anybody in this group are in the stage
Oh,
bucket, right? But there will be some people rarely in this forum as well, the smart stage as well, and they are the role model of this next decades, or next part of this century. Okay, and if we see a quotation from Viktor Frankl, who is the survivor from the Nazi camp, those who are in the Hitler camp, right? He is the master of meaningful life and the purposeful life. And his quotation, if you see, around the growth and freedom. So between the stimulus and response, there is a little space. It is a very fractional space. And in that space, we have a power to choose our response. And that response defines our growth as well as our freedom. If that response is not vibrant, yes, you might get a only growth or only freedom. But to get it, both growth and freedom, we need to have a vibrant response to that one. And let's see, suppose you are going to set up the startup very soon. So we might be reading all these things in your book as well, right? What are the key stimulus we get into the world? I hope you observe the word stimulus and response, and we have a space between stimulus and response. Let's see what are the stimulus you will get when you start opening up the startup, right? So these are the list of the challenges you get, or the stimulus you will get in your startup or entrepreneurial life. You will struggle for your funding. You will have to face the complex regulatory environment. You will have to compete with it cutthroat competition. I think this the number also talks about, what Sarma sir was talking about. 8 lakh startups were launched, right, in 2020. Similarly, talent acquisition, generally the talented people, they go for higher package, but the startup may not be able to offer the higher package, right? There are infrastructure gap, though a lot of infrastructure we are bringing up in India today. Similarly, the market dynamics, right? So these are the stimulus you will face day in and day out. So the life of the startup is not so simple. There is struggle, there is ups, there is down, right? There are challenges. Okay, and let's see what kind of responses generally it is recommended in through our, whether through the education or through the experiential thought leader, right? So let me pick one challenge. Your funding constraint is a one challenge or one stimulus, and let's see what are the type of the response generally we need to give. Definitely we need to prioritize our project. We need to do our austerity measure in our spending. We need to go in economy class. We need to protect our loyal team. We need to be closer to our investor, those who know us best, those who believe in our strength, right? Many more, many more, and many more. So altogether, for one problem, there are so many possibilities of the solution. And think of, you will be facing day in and day out challenges and the stimulus, and you have to give response to the situation, response to the stimulus. Unless we empower ourselves how to respond to a situation, definitely, you know, it will create a different kind of environment of your inner well-being. Okay. And if you see, all these responses has been designed looking from the perspective of, all are the outer intelligence. Full of the attention are there toward the outer dimension of the world, right? But if you focus 100% of your time, wherever attention goes, energy flows, right? If attention doesn't go, that area doesn't get any energy. So the growth, these are the part we are talking about, the growth of your startup. If the 100% of energy is going toward the growth, there will be limited attention toward the freedom. So let's see what happens to the freedom dimension or the inner well-being dimension. Your inner world is always disturbed by the problem, challenges, the stimulus. You are always uncertain about whether my product will sell well in the market or not, whether I will succeed or not. There is a psychological imprisonment. If you go to the your investor forum, you have to treat them as a god, right? No, they are also human being, right? You will have dilemma of perspectives. Suppose there is a corporate session like today, the corporate leaders will come and they will say, you should have burning desire. You and your team should have the burning desire to make the growth. Suppose in another weekend, if you are joining a motivational session from Gaur Gopal, he will convince you with all his stories, with all his anecdotes, that the desire is the root cause of your suffering. One person is saying you need the burning desire. Other person is saying your desire is the root cause of suffering. We are the poor people. We buy the corporate version of desires. They are selling desire, and also the motivational speaker version of the desire, right? We are dilemma of the perspectives. Similarly, many more laundry list. Our freedom dimension is getting complicated with the growth dimension. Unless we have crystal clear clarity how my response should be to my stimulus, so that my growth also happens, my freedom also happens. Without compromising my freedom, I will grow. Okay? Let me tell you my story. This is my photograph a long back, right? Okay? What is happening? I was in my corporate career, after the 10 years into my corporate career, I was bursting like a crackers. Success by success, delivery model by model. You go to North America, the UK, London, the Middle East, I was bursting like a crackers, awards and accolades from my employers and also from my customers. But when I was returning to my social gathering, when I was returning to my family, I was seen as an irritable person, irritable personality. Okay? And that's why they were calling me Paresan Panigrahi. not the successful panigrahi, not the growth oriented panigrahi. I was called as Paresan panigrahi. This stuck to my heart one day, and I thought, I do not want my next generation, to be irritable personality, because your personality creates your personal reality. Okay, so in summary, most of the smart people, their outer self is growth oriented, but the inner self is restlessness, full of restlessness day in and day out. So what is this long term impact of this restlessness? Okay, I will tell some stories again. I shared my stories about the restlessness and how I become irritable personality. I will share some of the story from the our past. You might be knowing all of the stories, but for the purpose of the context, let me share how the restlessness impact the overall life of the freedom. Okay, this person Adam, he's the Yale University alumni, the best university in the world. Once they had a alumni meet, and if you want to introduce the alumni, the status of the alumni, all were the smart people. They were having their ninth bungalow, 10th bungalow. They were having bank balance in 1 billion, 2 billions. They were having first spouse and second spouse, right? These are their personality or the smart people. But they did a simple survey on their inner well-being, and you will be surprised if I tell you that 99% of that alumni of Yale University, those who are in the latter stage of their life, they said their life is meaningless and purposeless. Similarly, I read this article in 1995, around 96, around, right? Or around 2000, that the wealthy and successful people of America, most of the people are miserable. Okay. Similarly, you know the story of Rockefeller. He's the entrepreneur of 1990s or 80s, right? In his latter part of the life, he was struggling with the life. Okay, but only when he got the intelligence from, at the latter part of the life, doctor told that you will not live more time, maybe another few months. And fortunately, he got in contact with Swami Vivekanand, and he lived after another 10 to 15 years. The recent story of a smart lady entrepreneur, the fashion designer Krishna, what she told you might be knowing as well, that before in the deathbed, what she was telling, she told that I have the best car of the world in my garage, but I am on a wheelchair. I have access to best cuisine in the world, but I am on liquid diet. I have 7 hairdressers, but today I do not have a single hair on my head. I was giving hundreds of autographs a daily basis, but today's 100 doctors are putting their signature on my prescription. Similarly, you see the Steve Jobs, what he told at the latter part of the life, that the true inner happiness doesn't come from the material things. In fact, he told this another statement, that definitely I did amazing stuff for the world, but my life is meaningless. In fact, a recent survey in the Science, it says it is the Harvard University paper, that they say if you follow the advices from Steve Jobs, you will be less satisfied in your life. So time for us, it is a lot for us, while we prepare ourselves for the next quantum leap of the economy of our country, the next growth of our own. We need to take a pause, and we need to look into how to design our response to the every stimulus in the startup area, whatever we saw, whether it is a funding challenge, whether it is a talent challenge, whether it is a regulatory challenge, our response should be considering the both aspect of outer dimension and the inner dimension. Okay. In summary, the same thing I told. Most of the smart people, they are having the restlessness lifestyle day in day out and dying with regret. Okay. And before going to why so, just I would like to take a pause. Anybody disagree with this fact I presented so far? Can I get some response feedback from all of any of you? Yes, I got a lot of thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Ahalya. Thank you, Vijay. Okay. Then now let's see, explore why it is happening. And already we have explored this one. Because it is happening because 100% of our attention is going to outer perspective. And in the recent last decade, it has increased because of social media, distraction from different media you see, right? YouTube and everything you see. The distraction has gone and our focus to inner dimension has gone down. Okay. So in summary, there is a need to spare some of the attention, not the full attention. Definitely our attention is available, but we need to optimize our attention and spare some attention to our inner dimension. Okay? Because wherever attention goes, energy flows. And if we do so, definitely we'll be able to design our response in a vibrant way. We'll be able to prevent our recording of the restlessness into our life. And hence, we'll be able to prevent any regret in our lifestyle, whatever we saw a lot of stories, right? And why that attention to inner is required, I think you see in all these three example. In the tree, the root is the inner and who has the more potential than the tree. In the fruit, the pulp is the inner aspect and it has more nutrient than the pulp. In the ghee or milk, the ghee is the inner aspect and it is more durable than milk, right? So in summary, our outer dimension is meaningless without the inner dimension. Our outer attention is meaningless without inner attention. Okay? So if I just summarize, it means we need to move from the smart bucket to the smart sage bucket. Before going to the next, is there anything? I heard a sound. Is there any points for me? Any feedback for me?
I have a question.
Sir, chapter else. Okay, maybe I think somebody are getting confused that it is maybe academic chapters. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, को क्लास सर इकोनॉमी से को चैप्टर हो सर कि जानी होनी sir.
Yeah, maybe I request one of the sir to respond to Takir.
Hello, Prashant. I have a question.
Okay, maybe you'll get the feedback probably afterwards. So we as a startup, we need to design the space between stimulus and response. These are the kind of the environment I've given just a image, but this is how your stimulus will come to you day in and day out. You will be responding to the stimulus, and between the space between the stimulus and response, these are the 10 things happens. The stimulus are the external. The response is external, but the 9 things happens in between. Okay, but then out of the 9 things, the blue things are the inner or the experiential things, and the black things are the experimental things that you can prove through the science. So the science doesn't believe on 1, 2, 3, right? And we need to include the both aspect. The blue aspect contributes the primary intelligence, and the black aspect or the number 8 conclude the secondary intelligence. Both intelligence when we consider to our choice, right? And if we go back to the quotation from Frankl, Viktor Frankl, our response will be vibrant. Okay, that's why in Veda it is called Yat Pinde Tad Brahmande. So that's why to make the our Brahmande is the right response to our environment or the Brahmande, we need to clean, we need to make our inner aspect as the vibrant one. Okay. And to get this, I did a lot of research, psychological research and Vedantic research, and I will give a good things here. Okay, good analogy here from the psychology. Okay, our inner dimension. This scientist David has plotted diagram, right? Conscious map. He has plotted from 0 to 1,000. If you see, if we are a fearful being, we are a fearful startup entrepreneur, our energy is 125. And if we are greedy startup, our energy is 125. If we are an angry entrepreneur, our energy is 150, right? So this is where the gradation has been happened. Let me give an example. Suppose you are going to close a deal. Suppose you are pursuing a deal in your startup to sell your product. Right? And suppose you lost the deal. And when you lost the deal, you will get angry, you will get blame, right? You will blame the society, you will blame the team member, you blame the ecosystem, right? That is the anger part of it. That is the 150. And that is the outer world teaches. But let me tell you a story in such situation what Mr. Ratan Tata, who we term it as a smart sage, how he dealt with situation. When the Tata Motor was not doing good in 90s, he wanted to sell Tata Motor to Ford company. He went to US and
Hello,
offered
sir.
the deal to Mr. Ford. Ford company you might be knowing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Mr. Ford said, Tata, if we buy your product, you are not doing good, we will do a favor to you. He insulted. He embarrassed Ratan Tata. But Ratan Tata, he didn't react to that moment at the level of 150. He responded above 200, beyond the courage. And he just silently came and he got more quest to develop the Tata Motor. And a time come back in the again in during our 2008, the recession time. At that time, the JLR, which belongs to the Ford company, right? It was going bankruptcy. And at that time, Ratan Tata voluntarily went to Mr. Ford and he wanted to buy JLR, he wanted to rescue JLR, and also for the growth of the Tata company. Okay, so he didn't respond from the anger. His response was very vibrant. It is not a traditional response outwardly person will give. Okay, in fact, our Vedanta also talked about the same. Vedanta talked about our inner aspect at Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Whatever we saw that 1, 2, 3 in our previous diagram, right? Which contribute to the primary intelligence. Okay, so the more you go into the conscious scale from 0 toward the 1,000, you will have more this. If you look into the the yellow box, from tamasic to rajasic to sattvic, your intelligence will go from IQ to EQ to SQ. Similarly, your attitude, your personality will be playful, sage personality. While you are a smart startup, you can still retain with the sage person like smart sage like Ratan Tata. Okay, then just for the sake of understanding, and I merge this system thinking with system thinking, the both science and the philosophy or the Vedanta, and this 4 level has been crafted. And you can now see whatever we saw, the 4 dimension, the map, right? Smart says map, the 4 dimension. If you see the smart people or the people like all of us, like you, we are in between the energy level of 100 and 200. And to design a smart response or the vibrant response like Ratan Tata, we need to cross this 200. That is the time. That is the year mark. And how to do that, maybe we'll do in a different discussion. Okay, but just to summarize, once you cross the 200, you will be able to see your own anger. Whatever you got angry when you lost the deal, you will be able to see your own anger. Okay, if you are below 200, you will not be able to see your own anger real time. You will be able to see your anger only after 1 day, after 2 days, that why I got angry. But if you raise your energy beyond 200, you will be able to see your anger at that time. Okay, then that is the kind of startup entrepreneur we are looking for. Not only the growth orientation, also the freedom orientation. Okay, and this is just if you are below 200, just I'm showing in a diagram that you are victimized by your shadow self. You are running by your biology. Your biology is pushing you to get angry. Okay, biology is pushing you to get proud. You are victim of your shadow self. But once you cross this 200, you will be able to talk to your shadow self at that real time, at that moment. And that is the kind of personality we want to develop among ourselves. For that, I have created a framework with the scientific and the experimental, and it has been proven in the COVID. In fact, I shared this model during the COVID time, and there are a lot of people, those who are getting desperate, they were getting hopelessness during the COVID time. Lot of people like you, startup people who are burning, they were not able to contain their fund. Okay, they were not able to retain talent, they were not able to face the regulatory environment. And at that time, I was talking them about this inner aspect, right? And this Paul technique, that whenever a response you have to give, a challenges you are facing, first we can take a pause and take some deep breath. That will elevate your inner energy directly to the 200. That's why the pranayam and all these people does. Then whatever the negative energy, that anger I talked about when you lost the deal, that anger will create some irritation inside you, and then you have to embrace that anger with acceptance. That will automatically will take your energy level to acceptance, that is 300. Okay, and once you embrace, you will get your response intelligence, like Ratan Tata, whatever intelligence he got on the table in front of Mr. Ford, that kind of intelligence you will get. And then you will be able to respond to your stimulus with a vibrant response, right? This is the Paul technique is all about. And many people, I think I can do a workout session, how you can face the challenges, fuse the failure with the Paul technique if the time permits. But let me share some stories, how different personalities, they with this technique, they created their challenging situation as an opportunity. They converted the hell into heaven. Okay, these are the list of the stories, but I will pick up, considering the time, I will pick up only one two story, maybe one story from Sundar Pichaiya, and one story from myself. I think this irritable to opportunity, conversion, right? Let me talk about the story of Sundar Pichaiya. One fine day, he got an invitation from his friend for a dinner. So his wife and he has to go for a dinner to his friend's house in the evening. And he was getting busy in the office. So he requested his wife to go alone, and he will join from office directly for the dinner. But when Sundar Pichai was going through the road, he lost the road and he couldn't reach to the friend's house on time. And finally, his wife got embarrassed and returned back to home. And Sundar Pichai also, went to home in the late night, and there was a big fight. The way, any any life situation happens in such situation, you can imagine it was a hot war, and definitely lot of anger, lot of disturbances in the mind of his wife, and this created an irritation. But believe me, Sundar Pichaya didn't react to that one at that moment. He took a pause. He embraced all the anger from his wife. All the irritation was coming inside his own inner self. He embraced it quietly, embraced with acceptance. And
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
yeah,
Can I ask a question?
just I will take this slide and I will take your question, Gayatri. Yeah?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So, he take the pause and silently, he moved to the office at that time in the near the early morning, and he took the silent reasoning with this after the embracing the irritation, and he got the intelligence that not that he has to solve the problem for himself for the next time, he has to solve the problem for the world. And that is where he had a tie up with the tech industry into the GPS space, and this Google map came up. First it was done in US, part of the US, then the full of US, then to the whole world. That business came up. It is a profitable industry in the Google business. Probably I will take the question. I think someone asking a question, and if it's a quick one, if it's a longer one, we'll take at the end, and then we'll come to my story how I embraced a similar situation. Yeah.
Sir, you finish your talk, then you will go for the question, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Then probably I will take up the last story, the conformity to creativity. Lot of the big organization are having a lot of processes, a lot of guidelines. Even everywhere the guidelines are there. Guidelines are good for the discipline, but whenever there is a business case and it is a allowable guideline, we should be allowed to conform. Okay. Similarly, in my organization, I was getting a big opportunity, but one of the guideline was not allowing me to take that opportunity forward, a deal forward. It is a multi-million opportunity. Okay. I was getting criticism from my colleague that this person doesn't comply to the guideline. Some people said that this person is a oiling person to the management, but I didn't. I embraced all the negativity from my colleagues, from my peers, okay, from my ecosystem, and I put a strong business case to my management and convinced that give me a conditional approval, I will comply to the guideline after 1 quarter of winning the deal. I fortunately, very rarely, my management saw my courage because I didn't respond to the situation with just as a default response that anybody in the organization, they could have skipped that opportunity, right? But I took a different route. I wanted to respond it with courage. Okay, I got the approval. My team, we pursued the deal with quest, with vibrant response. Okay, we won the deal, we celebrated, and after 1 quarter, we got the heart of the customer as well. We convinced the customer that we need to comply to the guideline, and we complied to the guideline. Within the 6 months, this program, multi-million program, got awarded not only within our organization by our CEO in the annual forum. This program is also got awarded from the external forum, and you can't believe today this program is the opportunity house for lot of vibrant people. Those who aspire to their dream program, they join this program. Okay. So once you transform your inner essence, in the left hand side, if you see, once you transform your restless to restful, once you transform your tiring response to a effortless response, once you come out of the seriousness and become playful, you know automatically you will get energy to solve your problem. You will be able to respond to your all stimulus in a vibrant way. And once you do that, definitely your smartness will blossom, it is always success. The growth will come, the success will come, the abundance will come, the relationship will come. Okay, I hope with this new dimension to your in your additional whatever you are learning, I think all of you are learning into the startup techniques and all these things. Definitely, a lot of things you are learning, but this added dimension I felt it is additional one that can prevent you, or the day your day cannot be without any restless, without any restless, right? You will be restful, you will be free of restlessness. Okay, and finally your life also will be with freedom, without regret, and without remorse. With this, it is a quick marathon for me because time was less. So I'm with this I'll conclude here. Thank you all giving me the opportunity. We can take few questions here now. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Prashant sir, with your nice presentation. Within short time, you have elaborated a lot of things. So really thankful to you, sir. So now the questionnaire session is open. If anybody wants to ask question to sir related topic, then the floor is open.
Sure, sir. Yeah, Bija Behra, Mona Lisa Pradhan, you raised your hand. You can go ahead. Maybe I
Any
can.
question to sir? Vijay, you have any question to sir?
So actually, I have a question about this. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Dear learner, any question to sir related this topic?
Divya
Yes,
Singh
sir.
Deva Sharma. Divya Singh Deva Sharma is interested to ask question. Please
Yeah,
come on.
Divya Singh, go ahead.
Sir, how to keep us motivated when there is no parental support at all in entrepreneurship?
Yes, it is how to survive without parental sponsorship. Your question, right?
Yeah, there is no support. I mean,
Yeah,
mentally.
it's possible. It's possible as we discussed also the funding challenge, right? Funding man definitely need not to be from our parental, right? The funding are available. The whole world is available to us. Okay, once we are able to convince, once we are able to convince our uniqueness, once we are able to convince with our innovative idea that Dr. Tripathi sir was talking about, so we need to club our offerings, our startup offerings with our innovativeness, uniqueness, and what value proposition we can give it to our customer. Once you do that, okay, and with if you can go to any venture capitalist or any investor, definitely in this world even government is giving giving a lot of similar initiative, right? That funds will not be a challenge. We do not need help only from our parents, right? If we are able to package our offerings, right? Offerings with the innovative idea. That's why our mentors, right? Definitely there will be mentorship also available. You can take a good mentor. In fact, I am mentoring lot of startup entrepreneur, and with free of cost. So people like me, you can try to reach to any mentor. They can help you how to package your idea, the product idea, your service idea, to how it can be innovatively. You can it can create value to our consumer, right? Definitely it will be possible, Divya Singh. So it is funding will not be a bar. I think just you have access to your mentors. I think our SARs are also must be mentoring, I believe, or Igneous sir. Tripathi sir, you would like to add?
It's all right. Let us take other questions and then at the end we will comment on all these things. So Vijay Behra, if you are having any question, you can put it. Vijay Behra. Mr.
Yeah,
Vijay
Vijay.
Behra, if you're interested, you can come online. If not, then Mona Lisa Pradhan.
Yes, sir.
Please ask your question.
Anybody wants to ask any question?
Please unmute your microphone and then ask question.
Okay, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. As you said.
Yeah, look. Yeah,
earlier,
look, just raise your voice, just sound a bit. We are able to hear you.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible, yeah. Now.
So I have a question related about this. That as you earlier said that India wants entrepreneurs, and we need to provide jobs to other people as well as because employment is not always a solution to all and everyone. So that's why if we start an entrepreneurship, okay. So do we government provide any fund type of anything similar to that? Because we all have ideas.
Yeah, maybe I will pass it to
Yes,
Tripathi sir.
may I respond to this question?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is not my area.
Mr. Alok, these days government of government of India as well as different state governments are very keen to fund the people, those who are interested to do some startup activities. So these days, fund is not an issue. The only thing is that you have to put it, your ideas in a project mode and submit it to the concerned department, and you will get funds. You see, you must have heard about the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. There is a department in the state government, the government of Odisha. Or
Yes,
if
sir.
you are attached to any organization, then they must be having a innovation club or incubation center. So the duty of the incubation center or the startup that hub is to showcase the talent of the student and pass it on to the higher authorities so that they will come to know about your ideas, and they would definitely like to nurture your ideas or take your ideas and do something on that by sponsoring you. So sponsorship is absolutely not an issue. If you have any idea in your mind, you can put it up to us also. You can give, because we have an innovation club. So once your idea is accepted by our NCID, and it is, whatever we collect from the students, whatever ideas or innovation, plans or actions, whatever we collect, we simply pass it on to NCID, National Center for Innovation and Distance Education. So the duty of the center is to showcase that, because they will call for a presentation. You will give a presentation. If that is accepted, then you will be specially honored, and you will be sponsored also to do further activities on that. So all these things will happen in your way. So please do that. If you have any idea, you just prepare a write-up, isn't it? Maybe 4 or 5 pages or whatever, and give it to us, and we will help you out how to get funds in doing some activities on that particular subject. Thank
And
you.
sir, how do I reach you, sir?
So you can send through email to the regional center, or you can directly come to the regional center, because this is your office. Regional center pertains to all the learners.
Okay,
so we are at your disposal. You can disturb us anytime you want.
Thanks, sir. I will definitely try my best
Okay.
to provide you.
Thank you.
So anybody have any questions, or we'll wind up? So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prasant Panigrai sir.
Panigrai, just a minute. There is another student who has raised hand. Ashish Dubey. Ashish Dubey, if you are interested, you can ask your question. Ashish Dubey? No question?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Be louder a bit, yeah.
Can we can you give improvement exam?
You see, your question doesn't pertain to today's topic. Yours is a general type of question, so we'll take it up later, because today's presentation is based on innovation and startup, and the topic you must be knowing, playfulness in startup with.
But just my one doubt is there.
So if you have any question pertaining to today's presentation, you can ask. Otherwise, day-to-day problems, day-to-day queries, you can directly talk to us also over phone or through email. Okay.
Okay, so I have a last question.
You can proceed. All right, Dr. Pandey.
So, as to
Yeah, go
Prashant sir
ahead.
and other one, to those who have already know about the entrepreneurship and this this type of kind of job. So, what kind of same situation they faced, and regarding to this situation about entrepreneurship, what they have seen in their past time, is it good or not, sir?
Maybe I was
Or it struggles?
not able to hear correct
We are,
only. Yeah.
yes, yes. Can you please repeat your question and be a little louder?
Sorry, sir. So, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm asking about that as per past experiences to Prashant sir and other ones. Those know about struggles of entrepreneurship. They can share some of their stories or some kind of that is it good or not, or it is meaningful to their future or something.
Yeah, you see the story. I think that will be another session. Maybe as a response we cannot give, but I think I've shared few of the story. What Ratan Tata did, what Sundar Pichai did, what in my cases what did, right? But I think story wise, I think there will be access, and I think our regional center can share also. There will be many story that one Alok.
No, sir, I want a personal experience about that. It is meaningful or not, it is valuable.
Yeah, personal. I think I gave the story of my the last program. The last story I was talking about that there was a growth potential, but I was restricted to pursue. In that time, if you just go in the default mode, I didn't pursue the default mode. Anybody could have just dropped that idea, right? Drop that pursuing that deal, but I didn't want to miss that opportunity, and I took it all it way with our management, with the business case, and we fought day and night, right? And at the end of the day, the kind of the result we got that gave the meaning. One was the growth wise, it created the multi-million for the company, for the for the stakeholders, and also on the success wise and the meaning wise also, as I said, a lot of awards came, lot of satisfaction came, a lot of brilliant people are there looking to aspiring to work in that program, right? All these are meaningful, and I'm lot of I personally I am feel very satisfied with that journey of that program.
Okay, so if I have a idea, so do you mentor me or
Yes, on personal capacity, yes.
okay, thanks, sir.
Yeah.
You see, hundreds of examples are there like this. In the initial days, difficulties will definitely come, but all those difficulties will evaporate once people start recognizing your ability and that skill, isn't it? So you need not have to worry at all. But what is required is to put up your ideas in appropriate platform. You see, forget about all the very big companies or big entrepreneurs. You think about the small entrepreneurs who are working around you, how they have become successful. I will give you a small story. 10 years back, not 10 years back, 15 years back, there was a small eating joint nearer to our regional center, and that person used to supply food when we used to organize workshops and conferences in our conference hall. A very ordinary kind of a person, and we used to take the food by paying a little amount of money to that particular person. But now he was such a successful entrepreneur. Now he has 4 5 very important eating joints in the city in Bhubaneswar, and he is selling in lakhs. He has employed not less than 12 to 13 people in a single eating joint. That means 30 40 people he has given employment. I'm talking about small entrepreneurs. So like that, if you think around you, if you just see around you, you will find so many successful entrepreneurs, isn't it? So difficulties are bound to come, isn't it? But those difficulties will be momentary. Immediately, maybe within a very short span of time, they will evaporate. Once your talent is made known to other people. isn't it? People will come forward to support you, to help you, to further skill you, isn't it? Skilling is taking place by government, by various non-governmental organizations, by various bodies, isn't it? Skilling, reskilling are taking place. So you'll be more skillful and you'll be doubly working to proceed in your endeavor. So all these things are very much there, and you will definitely get support. All right.
You see, I was in a startup forum last weekend, and you can't believe, kind of startup are happening in India, in Orissa. I think you can pick it up, you can know. There is a startup for Pani Puri. There is a startup for Dahi Vada. There is a startup for, the flower for worship, Puja Phula. Startup for worship, right? So they are supplying, this, they are this the flower to the door to door, like the Omped was going through, right? Omped was door to door, right? Similarly, for small idea, there are multiple, at least in India, there is a variety. If you go to the Western world, there is one mall, everything is available in every, in every one mall, right? But in our rural area, in our, in India, there are a lot of small possibility, and it can grow multimedia. I was interacting with startups last weekend, all these ideas.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
So is there any forum for us to hang out with like-minded entrepreneurs?
Yes, there is a forum. Maybe I think it will be available also with our center. From the government, I think there is a forum there. There is a link. Startup Orissa or something like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So I really thankful to Prasant Paningrai sir on behalf of my regional center, on behalf of my senior regional director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi, on behalf of IGNO, New Delhi, on behalf of our NCD director, O.P. Sharma sir, and it's an extremely nice topic, and sir has elaborated nicely to our learners. Definitely, our innovation club is doing a tremendous kind of work to reach our learners, how they can bring a entrepreneur. So thank you very much, Prasant Paningrai sir, for your time. No doubt you are a very busy person. Out of that also, you had given time to us. You are really thankful to you, sir. And also, I extend my heartfelt thank to O.P. Sharma sir. Whenever you are organizing any kind of meeting, whenever you are calling him with no time, he never say no to us. So thank you very much, sir, for your kind support and for your presence. And I extend my heartfelt thanks to my senior director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi. Whatever the program, whatever the meeting, whatever the webinar we are organizing, the behind the screens, all the motivation comes from the sir. Sir is the motivator for all of us. I mean, without him, this program cannot be success. I extend my heartfelt thanks to once again to our director, sir. And also, I extend my heartfelt thanks to my fellow colleague, Dr. B.C. Nanda. He is a very good motivator, and he always tell us to do something new, some different kind of works for RC Bhubaneswar. And also, I extend my heartfelt thanks, my dear fellow colleague, Dr. B.K. Zena, and my all the staff members, not but least my dear learners. Without you, this program cannot success. And whatever the new ideas, whatever the new initiation, if we become the good entrepreneurs, then definitely the RC Bhubaneswar is all the times open for you. So any kind of things you want to submit to us, you can send a mail to us, or you can come and personally meet with us. Definitely your idea can well taken and is passed on to headquarters. Thank you very much. With these words, I request our senior regional director, before conclude this program. Sir will give the closing remarks and conclude the session. Over to you, sir.
So thank you. There is nothing to say more. The only thing I would like to say is to thank Sri Prasant Panigrahi, who has beautifully presented, the topic which was chosen by him, that is playfulness in startup with smart says. It is a very unique type of a topic, unique kind of a topic, and it has become an eye opener to all of us. Many things were, experienced by all of us for the first time. The last slide which he gave, I have taken the photograph of that particular slide because that was teaching volumes. Once you go deep into that particular slide, you'll be able to teach yourself, and a lot of ideas will come. So it was such a beautiful presentation. I'm very happy to express before you. So, sir, thank you very much, and we would like to have your company in future seminars also. If time permits, please come and deliver talks also in different forums. So thank you very much. And our students are really the source of motivation for all of us. If we are here at the regional center, we are here because of our students, and that is precisely the reason why our innovation club has also been established in collaboration with the NCIDE. And in future days, definitely more activities will be organized, and we'll be organizing workshops also. We'll be inviting students, and we'll be facilitating students also, those who have done some startup activities. So all these activities are in the pipeline, and we'll definitely look forward to have many more kinds of ideas from the students, those who are interested in innovation. So with these few remarks, I thank all the participants, including our resource person and all my colleagues, those who have organized today's webinar. Dr. Panigrai, Dr. Nanda, Dr. Jena, and the computer team, Hemant, then Tapan, and all those people who are behind the screen. They have done wonderful job. So thank you very much once again, and today's meeting is over with this. Thank you.
Yeah, Tripathi sir, actually I have authored a book on this topic of the smart sage. Whenever opportunity, I will visit and I'll present to your library.
Yes, sir. Please do come. It is your office, so anytime you feel like you can come here. And the library is also open to all the learners. So I would like to tell all the learners that you can also use the library the way you want. So please come. There are lots of study materials available, so you can make use of them. So sir, please come, and definitely we'll love to have you here at the RC.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prasant sir.
Thank you, Panirao. Thank you, Panirao.